Hi, thank you for joining me here at Leaping Lotus Tarot. My name is Addison. I am traveling right now, so I apologize that it's been about a week or so since I've posted. But, it's the holidays, so I'm sure everyone understands and is with their families as well. So, since I forgot to bring a deck with me while I was traveling, I will include in the description box. I can't think of the name of this right now, but basically, it's horse themed, so of course I'm a fan, right? I also have this really beautiful, I'm not sure if it's like jasper agate or what, um, but I'm using that to clear the deck today. So um, let's see. I was going to set him right there, but I've got two cards out already. Let's get one more. Take a deep breath for me if you would. It helps set the intention and ground into the present energy. Okay, we've got the Nine of Cups. Actually, let me just flip these over. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups. We got two cute little horses here in this field. There's a name that says Lindy on it, age 16 or age 6. Yeah, age 6. Okay. This is the Nine of Cups, if I didn't say that already. This is the Page of Wands. Got a pretty little Palomino horse there. We've got a Knight of Swords. Very cool. I love the roses and stuff and the flowers around this basket here. This I don't know what sport this is. It kind of reminds me of polo, but it's not polo. Um, Drop in the comments if you know what that is. And then we also have the Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy. So let's put together what this energy could kind of mean here. It seems like someone's really outward. My hair, my sister-in-law, she did my hair. It's fun. um, so it seems like they're feeling like triumphant. I mean, like here with this woman carrying the flag, right? And then we also have like the guy putting this into the basket. Um, and even here with this Nine of Cups, it just feels like there's like a triumphance kind of in the air. And then with the Hermit energy, that's like kind of being like, in your shell kind of, and not really outwardly, trying to express yourself, but that's in reverse. So someone's like feeling expressive. Someone is like outwardly showing that they're moving towards something. There's movement here for sure. Passion and movement because of that Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is a quick moving knight, and then Page of Wands is a passionate knight. So there's that intention of moving forward and excitement. Maybe somebody was in their shell and kind of being really shy for a while, but now they're kind of coming out of their shell. And with this Lindy, this age 6-year-old, this actually could be a situation where, because we have this page energy, which is a youthfulness, this could be a young child. This could be a young child if you're a mother or something. This could be your child who maybe is finally coming out of her shell. Take it how it resonates. Doesn't have to, right? Tell me more about maybe like this youthful energy or like this person who's coming out of their shell. We have the Two of Cups. Wow. Two of Pentacles. And Six of Cups. Wow. So even in the Six of Cups here, we have that young kind of 6-year-old girl here again and like a mother. So this could be for somebody. Two of Pentacles, this is balancing. And then Two of Cups. This could be a mother who is trying to find somebody who could be her equal to be a father figure for this child. Maybe maybe the child is finding horses. Maybe that's kind of what's bringing her out of her shell in this time. So as the mother's maybe looking for a partner that can be an equal give and take for this partnership, um, and can accept her child as their own as she's trying to find that. And I kind of get that just because of this Two of Cups. I mean, look at the imagery on this, right? This is choice. This is a companionship. This is love. And when we have this balancing, look at how, you know, glorified and empowered this woman looks with these horses here that are rearing and bowing on command. So this is an empowered woman who knows what she wants, but she just needs to find somebody who can be her equal in this aspect of things. And maybe she's got a little daughter who's starting to discover horses, maybe. Maybe she's felt really lonely through um, the fact that her own father is not in her life, and she's finding horses as a way um, to bridge that gap. We have Nine of Swords in reverse. Yep, releasing that sadness, right? Releasing those heavy thoughts, releasing that loneliness. Ace of Pentacles. There's definitely a new beginning here because the page energy is kind of like that moving in towards a newness of something. The ace is, of course, a new beginning with something. We've got the horses kind of trudging through the water here and there. So there's work, there's efforts being made, which makes sense because of the earthly realm, right? The pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus energy. So there could very much be Virgo in this just because we had that hermit and we're getting a lot of pentacle energy with like the Two of Pentacles and now we have Page of Pentacles. Um, yeah, a couple pages have come out. We have Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles. So this is very much a new beginning. This very much is. And this is just a pretty, oh, anatomy, behavior, horses. Oh, that's so cool. So there's little books in the background on this haystack. This is cool. So some people might be going back to school. You know, maybe this mother is trying to figure out a way to be more independent. How can she make money on her own? How can she make ends meet without having, you know, a masculine to lead, quote unquote, right? In that sense. Which kind of very much reminds me of even this Two of Pentacles. Like she's like, I can be the leader. I can be I can be both in this situation if I need to be. She's tough. She's hardworking. She's willing to do whatever it takes. And she wants to make sure that her child, if she has a child in the picture, is having their needs met as well. Anything else we need to know either about this mother figure or what maybe more about like what this Two of Cups could represent? Maybe tell me about the masculine that's trying to come in to be the father figure. Seven of Wands. Well, there's a little bit of conflict energy here. Tell me more about the Seven of Wands. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Why would there be a conflict? Nine of Cups again. It could be a moment where, like, deeper in her heart, she knows that she would love to have a counterpart to be that last cup to get it up to 10. You know, that full happiness of emotional abundance with a family is that 10 of Cups, right? So the conflict could be that, like, maybe this is just the time in her life, the mother figure that just knows that she needs to prove to herself that she can grow and she can be the full financial provider and she doesn't need a man and she's happy and fine where she's at and she's capable. So even though in her heart she knows that she would like that missing piece, the timing may just not be now. King of Cups, I say that though. Oh, wow, okay. But we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So if there is a masculine that's coming in, she may not be ready for him yet. She may not be emotionally able to meet him. Yeah, we've got the High Priestess in reverse. She's in and this is a very masculine looking priestess as well, actually. So she just may, yeah, I really do think that she's kind of her own masculine energy right now. She's the masculine and the feminine, and there could be a King of Cups who wants to come in and, you know, what is he doing here? He looks like is he hanging something? Anyway, he wants to help. He wants to come and pitch in and help her and take the burden off of her, but I don't think it's her ego. There might be some fear because we did have the Nine of Swords come out again. Tell me why she won't let him in. Is it a pride or is it a fear? Is it just a, like I said already, where she needs to prove to herself, possibly that she can do this on her own? Oh, it's entirely different. We have a King of Cups and a King of Wands. So she's got options. She's, like I said, she's a cool chick. You know, she's a cool chick, and there's a couple masculines that are vying for her attention here that that she's got options for. So maybe she's just not jumping right into making a decision because she's weighing her options. Eight of Cups. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is congrats, grad, college bound. We got these people cheering behind her, and she's stepping away of that Eight of Cups. There very much could be somebody who's making the decision to go back to school here. But she's kind of got like a sadness on her face. That's very interesting that um, there's a sadness. Huh. Tell me about that Eight of Cups. That's very interesting. Why is there like a sadness of the walking away? It's like she's leaving this horse behind too. This little white horse. Why is she sad about walking away when this is such like an exciting opportunity for her with, like that Ace of Pentacles, maybe perhaps going back to school? Why is there a sadness here? Temperance, death. Maybe, wow, this is a really powerful imagery on this death card. Scorpio energy. I don't think it's sad so much as like, maybe she's just really like, maybe she's just nervous about where things are going. She knows that like with, rebirth and new cycles that a lot of change has to happen. And, we have that temperance card and there's balance here. So, um, this is forging here with the iron and like blacksmithing. So there has to be the creation of something. Like it takes, heat and great strength to bend metal. And so it's like she has to be forged in this fire somehow, or she has to, like even the hair on this death card, like it's like a fiery hair on this person. Definitely a lot of earth and fire in this reading. A lot of earth and fire. Nine of Wands in reverse. Let's look at this imagery. Yeah. Um. Hmm. I've still got this. Maybe we need to ask about the King of Wands because maybe the King of Wands is a Sagittarius. Tell me more about. I don't want this to get too long, but let's just see. Tell me more about the King of Wands. What's having to be forged in the fire here? Like, what? Tell me more about this balance. Because remember, we had the Two of Pentacles come out earlier. Now we have, we have the Two of Pentacles and we have Sagittarius. Those are both like balancing cards. Ace of Cups, but it was in reverse. And the imagery of this again has a little girl and like a little horse being born. Grandfather figure in the background. There's a rain cloud. This is very interesting. And the fact we had this in reverse. Queen of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. There's so much reluctancy. I still cannot figure out what this reluctancy is. Maybe it just has to do with that death card. Maybe it's like a fear of change, like a knowing she has to do this, like she has to step towards this. Is she afraid of going it alone? It doesn't feel like she'd be afraid. No, she's not afraid of going it alone. Eight of Wands. No. And the flags are rainbow. She's not afraid of going it alone. She's not afraid of like quick movement. Is she? I don't think she's running. The sun. She's moving towards her happiness and her truth. I think, because like I said before, I was like, I don't get any sort of arrogance to this. We haven't had a Six of Wands. There's no ego here. I don't think she's choosing or not choosing things out of ego for any reason. This is very much like she knows the truth is like her happiness. She knows she has to move towards that with purpose. And, things are going to have to get left behind and things are going to have to die for things to be reborn. Metaphorically, maybe even physically. Um, don't be scared by the death card, right? I think she just knows that she has to do right by her child, or even if it's not a physical child, 1414 on the timer. Even if it's not a physical child, it could be like her inner child, like um her own self. She has to do right by her own inner child, her own inner self. Regardless of how that affects others, she has to find her own inner balance and her own purpose and meaning in life. And I think that's really what this comes down to. So even though there's, men who are interested in her or, they're offering to help or do things, it's like she's so focused on her goal and what she needs to, 1444. So 444 may be very 1111, 111, 444, and even 222. Could be very significant numbers for you at this time. Look up those angel numbers, or if you see them on the time, or like on the clock and stuff like that, or even like your odometer when you're driving. Um, she's just being very intentional right now with what she's moving towards, and I think that she's fine with whatever has to be let go and released in the process to get her to where she needs to be to benefit either the herself or like a child or um, something like that. Um, but I just don't feel like she can be wavered at this time. She's moving towards her happiness. She's doing what's best for her and her loved ones. She absolutely is. And even if some of the like, I don't get the sense that the loved ones are disappointed, even though she might be leaving them behind. I keep getting that imagery of the Eight of Cups, where she's walking away but has like a little bit of a sad look on her face, but like everyone's cheering her on, like, go college grad, like you got this, and like that anatomy book and stuff. So like that's her happiness and that's her truth, and she's gonna move towards it, and it's gonna bring her abundance. It's the right choice. But there is sort of like I guess it is kind of like a loneliness. She is kind of choosing. It's interesting that, she's choosing a lonely path, but at the same time the Hermit in reverse came out. I don't think it's only as lonely as she wants it to be, right? Because we had the King of Cups and the King of Wands. So like she's choosing independence here. She doesn't have to be lonely, but she's choosing herself, which I think is the most important part of this. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Hit like and subscribe if you have not already. If you've stayed this long, you certainly need to be a subscriber of this channel. Um, it's very important for me to release, positive and uplifting and hopeful messages to the world, and get this channel out there for people who need the positive affirmations to move forward in their life and to release old burdens of the past. So drop in the comments if this is your reading, and I hope to hear from you guys and for you to be a part of this channel. And as always, we will see you next time.